Welcome to the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Ironman series here in Coolum Beach. We are about to get underway with the women's. I'm going to pass you over to Tim Gilbert with the boys.
Yeah, thanks, Corbin. Well, what a day we have today. Coolum, it's been clear and calm all week as we see the women get introduced. I was talking to the treasurer of the club here, Ray Carney, here in Coolum. He said it's been blue sky, picture postcard perfect. And today, the day we want it to go all wild, it has, Trevor Handy.
Yeah, not anymore. It's grey, gloomy, exciting. There's waves. Reese, the way the waves are coming in, there's actually white water everywhere. It's really going to be good conditions.
Yeah, it's one of those places, isn't it? It's a real tricky beach, Coolum Beach, but it's just perfect for the final. This is what all the athletes wanted. It's what we wanted. So I can't wait till this thing gets started.
Yeah, modified to 2 races. It's still the Eliminator, so we've got 16 competitors to begin with. The bottom 6 are gone for the second, and as we see Courtney Hancock, there's a few nerves there.
Oh, I was just going to talk about this. We talk a lot about the conditions, but the biggest thing for these girls is their mental and emotional outlook. How do they feel about today? When you've got it right, you find yourself in the right place. When you don't, you find yourself in the wrong place. And these girls know that. They're pretty good little creators, these two. They know how to win races. So it's all about today, who feels the best, who's going to find their way through these waves.
And the big thing here to watch, there's little mini battles all through the field, but this battle between Courtney Hancock and Liz Plumers, they don't send Christmas cards to each other. We know that, so they're not close. So there's a little bit of a sting in the tail. But if Courtney finishes less than 3rd and Liz wins, well, the championship goes to her. Otherwise, the golden girl of the sport, Courtney Hancock, does it again.
Yeah, what a great battle. And I'm no mathematician. I hate to work out all those stats, but that is what we wanted. You know, I talked about it earlier in the preview. To have those 2 girls vying for this position, oh, mate, it's unreal finale.
Well, here we are on the start line. Brodie Moyer, they're all very, very keen to perform today. This is the finale at Coolum. The conditions, as we mentioned, they're wild and woolly and just perfect for viewing. I hope you've got a comfortable chair or lounge, and going to give you a few hours of wonderful entertainment. We've got the women's, then we've got the men. Shannon Eckstein a little later going for 8 series wins. It's just extraordinary. And there they are. There's Courtney Hancock, Crystal Smith to her list. This really does play into someone like Crystal's hands. We've seen throughout the course of these past few weeks, Geordie Mercer there. And we are getting underway here at Coolum, the first race. There they are, the Iron Women. And we are off and racing, Trev.
Wow, that's that moment. I just looked across the line there and you could see the girls sucking in the breast. They're going, here it starts now. The tactics are going to be different, Reese, and I think you've already spotted someone going out a little bit to the left. They're going to have to run right up. You never see this. You never see skis getting dragged up the beach.
That's what I was going to say, Trevor. In all my time, I don't think I've seen skis drag so far for a start. That was amazing. So we'll see if that tactic works. You know, I look out in front and it appears to me it's not too bad, but the girls have opted to head up down to the south there.
Well, I go back into the history books and I remember a race at Piha many, many years ago in the professional series where we had to drag the skis all the way down to the left side to actually get out. And that's the first time I've seen it since. So I'm talking 15 years ago.
And I'll tell you what, the wily fox, Crystal Smith, has gone on the left. She's gone and isolated the field, and she is out to an absolute booming start. That's her right out to our left, and a lot of the other athletes are getting caught up in the wash.
And we're learning a few things here. We look at Crystal, she's got tape on her back, that's the physio tape, so there's something going on with her. But we see the girls there. There's the ones over on the right-hand side that are ducking through that shore break, getting rolled backwards. And it's all over the place.
Yeah, Devon Halligan's out there as well. And Trev, you were talking about her enormous talent. So she's not far behind Crystal Smith. Then you've got Amy Nerthen. Then you've got another bunch and then a pack towards him. We're seeing people falling off the skis at the back.
Well, Tim, we just saw a shot on the bottom left of the screen. We saw Crystal have to stop in her tracks. She's going to get out now. That's her gap opening up in front of her. She should be able to squeeze out between. There it is. She's going to get over. She's way on the left of the screen. And the girls on the right that drag their skis all the way down, it hasn't paid off.
I could see another local girl too. I think Alyssa Bull, she was not too far out of it.
Oh, look at that. Oh. Absolute carnage.
That's young
Alyssa
Kirsty.
Bull.
Oh, she's lost the ski. That's straight onto Maddie Dunn as well. So yeah, that's definitely Alyssa Bull, yes. So this is what the girls are worried about this start. This is having, oh, Maddie Dunn almost went over Alyssa Bull then.
And look at this set. Standing up front. Oh, Oh, she's got a little gap there. Time for it to die down as we go back to Crystal Smith, who's chosen to go out on that left side, hasn't gone for the safe option and has actually got out. So sometimes, what's the moral of the story here, Reece? Don't hold back.
Exactly. He who hesitates is lost. Something like that.
Or she, in this case. But fantastic job. There's Devon Halligan right behind her in second spot. Worth pointing out that Devon is not going to re-qualify, but is currently sitting in second in the Surf Ironman qualifying series to go again next year.
Just a reminder for those that are new to this sport, basically this is an eliminator round. We had 3 races to begin with, that was modified to 2, so we've got 2 races. The bottom 6 competitors here will not compete in the next race. We'll have 10 to finish off, and the big battle is between Courtney Hancock and Liz Plumers, but they are back in the field at the moment.
And way up the top of the screen, you can see an IRB sitting there, and you can see a head bobbing around. That's a ski in the shore break, right back there in the gutter. So that's what's going on the inside, while some of these girls are enjoying the fact that they're out the back. It's going to be like this all day today. This is going to be tremendous racing and a lot easier from up here.
I think it's Jordan Mercer possibly has lost her ski.
And both of them.
Alyssa Bull has lost a ski as well. So this is, for Jordan Mercer, if it is her ski, which I'm positive it is, that is huge for her. She's sitting in 7th spot.
And also what you've got is Amy Nerthen sitting in 3rd. Now currently in the point score, let everybody know that Jordan Mercer's 7th, 1 point behind Amy Nerthen. So there she is, sitting there coming in on the wave.
Great wave too.
Actually leading in at this point in time.
Have you seen, I mean, you guys have seen so much of it, obviously been around for so long. Just put a bit of perspective on these conditions as we see those leading coming into the beach.
Well, unique from where I sit, Reece, because one, you go to Portsea and the big wave at the back rolls all the way through. Today we've got a shore break, a back break, and even the occasional one capping out further. Coolum has its own unique element.
It has a lot of water moving around. It has this deep shore and a lot of a drag to it, so it's really hard to hold on to your craft out here.
As we see Amy Nerthen, look at her, this young competitor leading the way. She's got a bit of future superstar about her, doesn't she, Amy Nerthen? Devon Halligan up there, and in between those 2 competitors, Crystal Smith.
And speaking of Portsea, I mentioned before, Amy Nerthen won a round at Portsea a couple of years ago. She loves these conditions.
Yeah, she's doing well in this first race. Or we have to look at that bottom 6 though. Amy's doing it comfortable. 2 races. It's that red zone, that bottom 6. That's where you don't want to be. Yeah,
the bottom 6 are done for the afternoon. It's latte time if you are not in the top 10 here, because you have to be in that top 10 to compete.
Have a look at the screen right now. On the right-hand side up the top, we see Jordan Mercer still trying to get up over the back there. So let's point out again, she's 1 point behind Amy Nerthen, who's currently leading. Jordan's at the back. This is a massive thing right now for whether she re-qualifies or not.
And Courtney Hancock has just lost her ski out the back as well. These are extraordinary scenes here at Coolum. Courtney Hancock, the superstar of this sport, has lost her ski as others come through to the beach.
She's got a hold of it. We'll get a shot of that in a minute. She's got a hold of it, and she's actually going sideways as we look at what we've got here. These girls are stoked to not be out there doing what those other girls have done. There's Courtney, grabbed the ski, that's way out the back break. She's really should be grabbing onto the strap at that point, but there she goes.
She's got to try not to panic there, Trevor, and she's done that. She's held it. She's got to get her composure.
Let's go through this. Crystal Smith, Devon Halligan, Maddie Dunn, Brodie Moyer. These are all those that have come through in order. Harriet Bound, Rebecca Creedy, Hannah Minogue, Elizabeth Plumers in 8th right at the moment. And we know that if Liz wins this today and Courtney is beyond 3rd, Liz Plumers will be on the top of the podium. Kirsty Higginson, who's come in for Bonnie Hancock. And Bonnie, we think of Bonnie today, who had to pull out of the event. So Bonnie, all the best to you. And Emma Dick. So there's your top 10.
And have a look at that. The top 8 or the top 10, half of those are the ones that have been at the back of the pack for the most of the year. So the surf has turned it literally upside down.
Everyone's so spread out too. They're all taking different options now on the way out. They're really spread out. It's not that real tight, close racing that we're used to.
Tara Coleman in 11th, and there she is, Courtney Hancock coming around now. Plenty of work to do. The superstars stick around with. It is a wild old day on the Sunshine Coast today. It is great to have your company. The final of the Nutri-Grain Ironwoman series, and Amy Nerthen is there or thereabouts. She's leading the way today, but the real battle, the battle for 1st and 2nd, is with Courtney Hancock and Elizabeth Plumers, and Liz is going okay as we see a couple fall there and or fall down on the wave, but Courtney has struggled.
I'm going to throw out a bit of a concept here that I think today it's all about letting go, because everyone who's going to hold on to something, oh, my series lead or my this or my that. Shannon Eckstein talked at the start of the lead of the program about, I'm not sure what it is, what's the magic formula. I think he let go this year. He's really let go. The girls at the bottom of the series that aren't even re-qualifying, they're letting go. They're getting up near the surface. When you grab on a day like this, when you get too tight, you make mistakes. Intuition goes down. It doesn't go right for you. You have to let go.
And look at that distance there. Amy Nerthan's heading around the swim. Courtney Hancock is still going out around the cans out the back. This field is so spread out now.
There's Courtney Hancock there as we isolate her coming around the cans. You can see a centre screen here. Plenty of work to do as we see others come up the beach well ahead.
Beck Creedy and Maddie Dunn doing really well. They're dealing with the conditions good, and they're fighting to get in that top 6, so those girls will be happy.
And may have been the best thing that happened to Courtney too, as we see her here now, that she did have that bit of a flogging, because maybe at the start of the day, if she can get through this race, she can let go and be in the moment, because all of a sudden when she ran up the beach between those first 2 legs, she looked bright. She looked like she'd had the realisation in her head, you know what, I can't control this, I've just got to go with it. We look at her now coming into this wave area. She hasn't picked up anything of size. There is a decent wave building right behind her, but she might get something little in front. She's just got to get back into the beach and chase that 10th spot.
So Nerthan, Smith, Halligan, Creedy. Remember, you've got to get in the top 10 to be buoyant for the next race. Otherwise, you're gone. The day is gone. And for Courtney Hancock, it could be the entire series. She leads the way ahead of this arch rival of hers, Elizabeth Plumers, both wonderful athletes.
And Liz Plumers was looking pretty comfortable in that pack. She's got herself in a good position. So it's all there for Courtney to do. She's really got to have to get herself back in this game, in this swim, because Liz Plumers is in a comfortable position.
Even that little moment there where Courtney got the wave in and then dropped off it and didn't get, you know, over that next little section, it's kind of showing us that she's making little mistakes, but it's all on the line. We know she can get it. She's a great body surfer. We've seen it all year. It put her in this position of being the series leader. So can she get out quick? Can she catch one of those waves and get up to 10th spot? It's all on the line.
Yeah, Courtney Hancock comes through the beach now, just the swim leg to go. Remember, we're down to 2 races today. We're down to 2 races.
I want to throw something else out there that I've just realised. If she does get to 10th and get through, how many minutes is she going to be behind? There's only 6 minutes in between the 2 races. She could be 5 minutes behind.
Well, that's what we said. Amy Nerthan had a huge lead. And Amy's not stopping out the front. She's doing a great job out in front. And it's good to see Amy out there. I spoke to her through the week, and she was that nervous because she was going for that 6th place. So she's obviously just turned up here today, dealt with it, and she's in a good place at the moment. But look at these girls. They're starting to tighten up a little bit here and bunch up. So that could help. That could help Courtney a little bit to try and catch them.
Oh, here comes the rain too, boys. The rain squall, the wind. We've seen kite surfers going by out the back. These Ironwomen, how incredible are they? They're racing, and behind them is a procession of kite surfers doing their extreme sport on the same day at the same beach.
The beautiful sunny coast.
Sunshine.
It is bearing its teeth today here at Coolum, and it's Amy Nerthan, Crystal Smith, Devon Halligan, Hannah Minogue, Rebecca Creedy, Maddie Dunn, Harriet Brown, Emma Dick, Brodie Moyer. Elizabeth Plumer sits in 10th at the moment, so she is wobbling on the edge. You've then got Kirsty Higginson, Tara Coleman, of course Craig's daughter. We spoke to him this morning. Courtney Hancock 13th, so Courtney must get ahead of a few of these others to make sure that she's in the second race.
I'm a little bit stuck for words at the moment, because there's so much going on, but what do we focus on? The fact that Elizabeth Plumers has dropped back to 10th spot, and swim leg to go, we know how good she is, but anything can happen. Courtney Hancock, our whole series could happen there. They could both be eliminated.
Unbelievable. And this is what the amazing thing about our sport, Trevor. When the surf's on, it's anyone's day. If anyone's willing to take a chance, show off their skills, they can be the champion for that day. And that's what I love about our sport. Anyone can have that moment.
Well, a guy that's done this sport for many, many years now, he's in a different position. He's running the whole show, of course, is Zane Holmes. And I know that Yvonne Sampson is going to get to have a chat with Zane, and I think they're ready to go now, are they? No, they're not ready yet. Of course, the conditions down there on the beach, very, very difficult. So hopefully we'll get a chat with Zane pretty soon.
We just saw a shot of Devon Halligan swimming out the back. The old Portsy Bob, we called it. Jordan Mercer comes up. She's upset. She's
looking
devastated.
distressed. Yes, that's heartbreaking when things like that happen to young girls. She'll bounce back, that Jordan.
So it's worth paying a bit of homage to what these girls are going through out here and not just seeing the brutal sport of it, the human element. Devon Halligan, we saw, Reece, we both pointed out, she stopped swimming and took a few big breaths. She got a little bit held down or something's happened to her. So they're going through a lot out there. Tell you what, these are super women.
Okay, let's get to Vonnie on the beach. She's got Zane Holmes. Yvonne Sampson, you.
Zane Holmes, contest director. A lot of thought went into shortening the women's format. Is that going to come back and haunt some of these girls?
Yeah, look, it's a bit of an upset at the moment with Courtney so far back, but you know, she's probably the only one in the field with a swim leg that can come back from there. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Is it a safety aspect?
It was really a time constraint. You know, these conditions are just lengthening the courses. So, you know, we wanted sort of 14-minute races, but these are going to be over 20 minutes. So we had to make a call and cut it back to 2.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Yvonne. And the rain is really getting heavy. And the wind, as we mentioned before, extraordinary. The surf is big. And Courtney Hancock, so much work to do, this superstar.
And I'm laughing because we've got a wonderful spot up here, but we're huddling away from the rain too now. It's such a great thing. If these girls are going to go through it, we all should go through it, Reece.
We're with you, girls. Really, we are.
With you in spirit, partner.
Oh, great wave.
Who have we got? Did that look like Crystal Smith, maybe? Could very much be wrong, but a great handling of that whitewater. Bounced around, got spat at the back, but stopping for a breath. I'm going to throw it out there. It's Crystal Smith. We'll get a better chance at the moment.
Pretty sure that's
Crystal Smith. It is. And
gee, she's good in these conditions, Trevor. You know, all those years' experience, you know, starting off down at Cronulla and expanding up onto the Gold Coast now. She's got great skills. And
she's a surfer, Reece, so she loves going surfing. I see it Currumbinelli all the time after swimming, going for a surf before work. So she doesn't mind getting washed around. She's not out there tightening up and worrying about her life or getting the next breath or whatever. She loves it. So that really shows. It's the relaxing side of it.
Such a powerful competitor. We saw in a backstory a few weeks ago of Crystal Smith, the way she trains, just so super fit. Her and her brother Nathan have been pillars of this sport, and she's going to win this the first race. So she's through, of course, she cruises through, but we've only got 10 of them that can live and be alive for the next race.
You can see that swell just still pushing. Coolum's such a powerful break as well, and that outside bank, it's got so much water pushing. You can see that swell coming in. As we see some great body surfing again from Crystal Smith. Gee, she looks relaxed.
She'll stand up and jock up, so happy with herself. The other thing that you just pointed out, that swell, but also the dirt that was in the water, the sand that was in the water that's being stirred up as it breaks on that back bank. Crystal Smith comes in. There's Amy Northern, done a great job, and she's going to qualify easy.
So there's 1-2. Almost impossible to identify our athletes in the surf because of the extraordinary conditions, but Crystal has time for a couple of high fives, and she just waltzes through.
It's Elise Bennett. She's still running through. She's got another lap. She's having a tough day at the office. Poor Elise. It's been a long series for her this year. She struggled early with a bit of sickness, so she'll be back.
We're going to need to count these through, Trev.
Yeah, this is going to get really interesting, and the conditions being the way they are, we're a little bit in the dark too because we're trying to work out where everybody is, but we'll let you know as soon as we know. And these girls are out there. Here comes Amy Northern, so that is going to be our second place by the look of it as she comes into the water's edge. And look at that girl. So there we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 right there. There's one more spot other than what we're seeing on that field right there. So
there's Maddie Dunn coming up. I think
Devon Halligan's there, back leaping onto that second wave.
So Amy Northern cruises through.
Maddie Dunn in third.
Maddie Dunn, of course, one of the top competitors throughout the Newcastle, and very much alive for a place here.
Rebecca Creedy, that's been a great swim from Rebecca. So again, another one of our top 6 athletes.
Emma Dick 5. There's Les Plumers right behind Emma Dick in 6.
Emma Dick.
There's Devon Halligan.
Devon Halligan, and I think this is Courtney Hancock bursting out of the water. Has Courtney just, yeah, here she comes, Courtney. And she's going to cruise through into the top 10.
Wow.
But just.
What a swim. That's an awesome swim. She was so far behind. What a swim.
That's not places. She's gone from 13th to 10th, but a massive distance. Is that 10th?
That is a butterfly wing. That is absolutely nothing. That is a boarding house scrape of butter, but just goes to show what an extraordinary competitor she is to finish in the top 10. So she's alive. We have got these 10 competitors, got more finishing here.
Christy Higginson comes across the line. She's going to be just outside. Tara Coleman just outside as well. These girls should be so proud of themselves for getting out there, getting through those conditions. Brodie Moyer was right up there. This is a special field, this field of girls. They can't all get through.
Courtney Hancock, she's had the leg injury. She leads by such a close margin to Liz Plumers. What does she do now to regroup and go into this next race? Because if Liz is up the top, Courtney has to be third to still win the series. If she's lower than that, she will not have it. Now, Yvonne's down with Crystal Smith, Vonnie.
Crystal, unbelievable. It looks punishing out there.
Yeah, it's really tricky. Coolum's really turned it on today. It's got the swell, it's got the wind, and now it's just, you know, pouring down rain. So it's probably the worst conditions, but I love it.
You looked like you were loving it out there. We saw that you can't leave anything to chance. Courtney Hancock in danger there.
Yeah, it was a tight finish for that top 10, and you know, now it's just trying to get a bit of recovery in before that second and final race. And as you saw in that first one, anything can really happen, so just give it all from the start.
Are the girls being brutal out there? Is it hands all clawing all over each other?
No, I think we're too busy sort of worrying about the conditions than where the other girls are. It's just you just got to get out as quick as you can, and it's a pretty easy way in on the way back in with the wave. So.
All right, go catch your breath, and we'll see you later on this afternoon. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, we just heard from Crystal Smith, one of the toughest competitors ever to be in this series. The weather, chaotic.
I love it, and she alluded to it. I love it when the conditions take the competition out of it, when it becomes about you and Mother Nature, and that's what's happened here today.
Courtney Hancock has finished in 10th spot. Elizabeth Plumers has finished in 7th spot, so they are both through. But Crystal Smith, we spoke to her before the start of the race, and she was confident. And there she is. She's won this first one. It's Smith, Nerthen, Dunn, Creedy, Brown, Dick on the front page. That's our top 6. And as we flip it on top, it's Elizabeth Plumers 7th, Halligan Minogue, and Courtney Hancock just on the cutoff zone. In the red zone today, Kirsty Higginson, Tara Coleman, Brodie Moyer, Jordan Mercer, Alyssa Bull, and Alice Bennett. Just scraped through in 10th spot, just ahead of Elizabeth Plumers in 7th. Now, the story is that for Liz to win the series, she either needs to win and have Courtney finish 4th or further back in this top 10, or there needs to be a 7-point spread.
And that is a little bit different because our point score at the top is 3 back to 2. You really get rewarded for your first and seconds, but down the bottom it's a point apart. So where they slide up and down the scale is going to mean the series difference.
Yep, and she was brilliant on the swim, Courtney, to get through. It all comes down to this. You couldn't have written the script if you tried, I don't think. The conditions absolutely chaotic for everyone. The competitors firstly, and as you look at the face of Courtney, those eyes are bloodshot. It's been an emotional old day so far for her.
I'm nervous.
Me too.
Don't get nervous, Reece. And we're off and racing.
I think Courtney's going to love the fact that the swim leg's first here, and I think she's going to be relieved. You have that experience, and you just have to let it go. And look, she's flying off there. Which way are they going to go, Reece? What do we do? What a great shot of the girls running into the water, all different spots.
What a message. I think she just tried to send the girls there and catch me if you can. She knows this is her trump card. She is going for it. She wants this title.
She no doubt did the fastest swim leg in the first race. She caught up so much time. So it's worth noting she just ran into the water exactly the same place she ran last time. So she knows what she's doing.
Courtney Hancock, supreme surfer. There's some speculation that she may even head into the Olympics. There was a story during the week on that. Just an outstanding swimmer. We've already seen Rebecca Creedy, who's competed at the Games. And could Courtney do both? Well, here it is, a massive swim for her today. And she could well just win the series again.
Maddie Dunn and the girls over on the right have actually got a little bit of the water that's moving out. So that's Courtney at the top of the screen on the right there. And the girls on this bottom side, which is the south end of the beach, they've got that water moving off the bank. And there's going to be a lot of that going on as they swim out through the break.
Girls will have to dive down nice and deep under these waves out the back too to make sure they get that undercurrent. They get down nice and deep, grab onto that sand, let the ocean take you out.
Liz Plumas is on Courtney's shoulder there as well. And there we see it from above.
Starting to spread
They're
out
matching
a little
each
bit.
other.
Yeah, Liz isn't going to let Courtney out of her sight today, is she? I know they're not close away from the
close
event.
right now.
They're close right now.
Intimately close right now as they battle for the series. But they're coming now what we're seeing here is when they're swimming across the gutter, they're coming onto the back bank. So we're going to start seeing them diving down to get under these waves. Now remember when the sandbank at the back, it gets shallow, the water comes up, all that force pushes across the bank. Sometimes if you're faced with that, you've got to go deep, deep to get down under it. So we'll see the girls lasting under the waves a little bit longer from this aerial shot. They'll dive down if we do see a few waves come through, and they'll stay down a little bit longer as they get further on the bank.
It's a really long, deep gutter, that, Trevor. There's so much water moving around there, but here they're coming up to that back bank. This is where they got to get down nice and deep.
And look, it's fairly bunched right at the moment, but we then move into the ski, and that's where the carnage happened last time. Courtney had where you said before, Trevor, that Courtney had the opportunity here to sort of compose herself and go out with the swim leg. Everything's going to have to go right with the ski because beyond that, it's just the board.
Absolutely. The ski is going to be the big one. Also, the holding the body wave in. There's so many isolated whitewaters on the way back in where some whitewater goes all the way through and some doesn't. So if one of these girls actually gets around, we're seeing Courtney and Elizabeth side by side. If one gets around and gets the better part of the whitewater, it could be a minute advantage. There's a massive thing right now.
You definitely want to hit that beach first. Get up, get running, increase your lead. So on the way back, crucial to try and get one of those waves to link up.
It's not your typical Sunshine Coast day today at Coolum. It's cloudy, it's windy, not particularly cold, but the conditions for the athletes, for everyone involved, the officials, all our broadcast crew, some of the cameramen out there doing an amazing job just to hold their camera.
They're all Ironmen and women today, aren't they? There's a brooding cloud at the back. As we look down, Reece, is that Courtney's gone around that can first?
Yes, definitely Courtney first.
Liz second. Oh.
And Crystal Smith, I think, is there as well. So the girls, it's really tightly bunched. No one's giving an inch here. They're not letting Courtney get away with it.
We've only dropped 2 off the back of those 10 way back. But once again, as we say, one wave and that can change that whole thing. Courtney's definitely taken it to her well. Liz swam up next to her on the way out to the can. Courtney's went, no, I'm going for it. And she's actually trying to swim every little centimetre advantage she can get. She's trying to get that right now.
So it's these top 3 that are the top 3 right at the moment. You've got Courtney Hancock, you've got Crystal Smith, you've got Elizabeth Plumas. We are in the swim, we've got the ski, then we've got the board, and then that's the end. We have the podium. Who will end up on top at the end?
And Elizabeth and Crystal from that aerial shot, side by side, chasing Courtney.
Look on
There
top.
we go. Oh, did she go? She
Just
really went
off the
over
back.
the balls of it.
Just off the back of it.
Now she'll sit. She should turn around. She's probably had a little bit of a glance back. And let's see what's going to happen. Coming in, this is so much going on here. This is where you're praying for luck. Coming into the wave area, there's whitewater all around. There's no big sets coming through. They're going to start swimming. So this is a huge chance for someone to pick one up from back in the field. Here we see. No, nothing there.
Oh, it's just filling up.
Courtney's way through on the inside now. She's already missed a chance. She's picked up a tiny little bit of whitewater on the inside.
Out the back.
Here we go.
Oh, a lot of girls on that.
We're not going to pretend we know who's on that, are we?
No, we could. It is the magic of television, but we can't do much more than that.
Up.
It's an absolute wash out there as we look in closely. Of course, there's 2 legs to come after this.
There's Amy Nerthen at the back of those 3.
It's Maddie Dunn.
Maddie Dunn. It's come through, so she's on our left there now, picking up little bits. Someone else has come through and held that.
It's Courtney again.
Yeah, look at this. It's crazy. This is
So much water moving.
so much going on. Someone's picked up a little shore break
Look how
here.
close they are there.
And that's Amy Nerthen in the middle. Who have we got on this wave? Here comes our leaders.
That looks like Maddie Dunn on the left of screen and Courtney, I think, on the right, is it?
Was it Beck Preedy? Harriet Brown.
Actually, Harriet Brown. That's very difficult to identify. And Rebecca Creedy, of course, the Stillwater swimmer.
What we've got to remember too is they don't know where each other is. They come in now, they don't know if they're in first, 10th, whatever they are. They know roughly there's someone around or in front of a few. They don't even know where they are. So
Harriet
Brown's going to stand up and go, I'm leading? That's fantastic.
Harriet Brown, the first up the beach.
Beck Creedy.
Beck Creedy in second, Commonwealth Games gold medalist in relay swimming. Didn't switch to Ironwoman until she's 24. She's been Australian Ironwoman champion. Here comes Amy Nerthen right behind her. Yes, our third spot. It's going to come down to this point score down the bottom of the field unless these girls catch up. Courtney's in fourth. Emma Dick in fifth.
Where's Liz Plumers? So Courtney Hancock in fourth. All important to see where Liz is. There's Crystal.
So that's the difference these waves have made, guys. That's the difference, because Crystal Smith and Liz Plumers were sitting second and third, and they're now coming out 8th, 9th, 7th, 8th.
Here's Liz now.
Yeah, she snuck through when we were off.
Oh.
6th and 7th. There we go.
Yep, so there's Liz there. So you've got Courtney Hancock just ahead of Liz Plumers as we see the girls go ahead with the skis. And this was where it all went awry last time on the ski leg, where we saw all sorts of boards going left, right and centre, competitors gone for the race.
That's a 20-kilo ski. So imagine grabbing a 20-kilo dumbbell out of the gym and running down the beach with it on one side. That's what these girls are doing, but at the same time, they've got a 20-knot wind blowing across the ski, blowing it back, so it probably feels like 40 kilos.
Finding it hard to imagine right at the moment, Trev, but...
I'll run you down to later, Tim. We can have a little go together.
I know who'll win that.
Respect the girls, just how well they're doing. It's crazy. They're running their skis into the wind too, Reece.
Yeah, it's hard work. And gee, it's still quite close between these girls. It hasn't spread out like that first race. It's Harriet Brown punching through a wave here. Amy Nerthen starting to punch through one. Beck Creedy's doing well. And it's a nasty little short. Look at this little wave jacking up in front of them.
Harriet at the bottom of the screen there doing great. She's just ducked around a little white water.
Amy Nerthen's going to sneak out there as well.
What's going to meet these girls at the back? So Harriet Brown, our leader.
And Liz has gone right out to the right-hand side. So you can see Courtney's centre screen. As we widen out, Liz will just be there. That's Liz, that first one we're seeing.
Look at those waves coming through over on the right too, guys, at the back, right at the back, past our jet ski. And you see there at the bottom of the screen now, that's Harriet Brown. She's a chance now to get out through these waves. She's stuck in between those two white waters. This is a chance. Harriet Brown could get out and set herself up
I
here.
think that's Liz.
Yes,
that's Liz Plumers. She's having a problem with the ski.
And another one on top of her.
And sideways. She's got to hold on.
Oh, Liz, she can see her championship, her series fading here as she desperately tries to get back up onto the ski. Liz Plumers, Courtney Hancock's doing it okay up near the front.
Courtney's just sneaking out the back at the moment while this is going on, but there's a set that may get her as well, so it's still alive. That's Harriet, there's Courtney, that's Amy Nerthen.
Look at these waves, Trevor, a couple of big sets coming through out here now. This is going to make things interesting.
This is and Crystal Smith is caught on the inside as well. That's her at the top of the screen, hitting that white water and bouncing through it. A long shot, you can see chaos all over the place.
Beck Creedy. Oh, Crystal Smith, she's had to roll under wave here. She's hanging on for a ski.
Beck Creedy had gone into that swim league in second, is now back near second last in this 10 and facing the wrong way.
Wow, that's crazy scenes.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 girls still caught, 5 girls still caught inside.
But in the all-important race for the series, Courtney Hancock is through and she's up near the front while Liz Plumers is back in the field with it all to do. We've got the ski leg here, we've got the board leg to come, and whereas Courtney was almost out of the day in that last race when she was in 13th place, snuck in 10th. And she's beyond a lot of the trouble here. She's in second place behind Harriet.
Now they've got to get their skis back into the beach, Reece, and this is a ridiculously hard thing to do if the sets are coming through from behind.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get a bit of a bounce off the rocks here at Coolum, which pushes the ski again at a funny angle. Harriet Brown, she's doing a great job out in front, and she's got a lot of experience too, as we see her here on a nice little runner, trying to steer it in nice and safe. She's doing a great job out in front.
Just to go ahead a little bit, if Harriet Brown was to win this race, this would be a very popular victory in surf life-saving circles. Never won a professional Ironwoman race and loved by absolutely everybody. Great girl.
Absolutely delightful. Harriet and a group of the girls came down this morning on the Today Show, and well, you would not find a nicer bunch of human beings. And here she is, almost there, but not quite. Anything can happen. Harriet Brown as she comes down the beach. Courtney Hancock in second place. They've still got the board to come.
Courtney on the left, that's Emma Dick in the middle there, and over on the right is Amy Nerthen, behind there Maddie Dunn. All those girls doing sensational, especially third, fourth and fifth, those young girls. Handling this surf so well. Courtney's got a good wave. Can she hold it straight? She's gone sideways.
Courtney's gone sideways.
On the ski court.
And she needs to steady things. Liz, of course, still struggling.
Got to get the ski straight now when it hits her. If she gets it straight, she'll hold it. And Harriet Brown holding it nicely. Courtney's rolled off again in the background. Harriet Brown runs up the beach.
Courtney's having all sorts of trouble. She's still off her board as we see Harriet Brown head up the beach and get on the board. That's Courtney's centre screen on that pink ski. There she is. She had to roll there.
She's had a few troubles this year, Courtney, with the ski on the way in. But again, she's just like a dog with a bone. She's not letting go. Not letting go. She wants this title.
I haven't seen that move before. Upside down body surf with the ski. Goodness, she's just got to get in. In a moment, we'll get a chance to see where Liz is as well, but we're pretty sure that Liz is still trying to get out through the break. So
yeah, now Liz is just out near the cans, so she's coming around Courtney. Well, she's just got the board to navigate, and this series is hers. Courtney Hancock as she charges up the beach. Liz Plumer's well behind.
Courtney's smart enough to know too, Tim. The series is not hers just yet. She's got to do everything so smart getting out on the board, particularly getting out. She'll be okay coming back on the board. Here comes Liz Plumers, so she's half a leg behind, but she knows the girls can get caught out the back on the board. They have to hold on to those straps. That's all Courtney Hancock's got to think about. Hold on the straps. The gap will come.
What a day we've had. It's been absolute chaos from the start. Extraordinary, difficult conditions for all those working here. The athletes, of course, every challenge under the sun. And the pitches, well, we haven't seen pitches like this in Ironman, Ironwoman racing before. Right up close and personal.
Took Amy Nerthen quite a while to get on the ski there, so she's lost the ski on the edge. Crystal Smith back there, coming through that mid-break, so she's back around 8th spot. There goes Courtney. She's been the star of this year.
You can see that foot, it's troubling her too. You can see a bit of pain on her face. She's struggling, as we see Liz talk about struggling. She's sideways here. She needs to get off, get onto that beach and get running, because it's not over yet. You know, things can happen in this surf, but she's got a lot of work to do.
Let's throw back a moment too. What we didn't talk about was Courtney Hancock had that foot back in the ski, which is where it first happened. So she's getting washed around left, right and centre. She would have been having horrible thoughts run through her head at that whole time.
It would have been hurting her, but
she'd be happy to be off the ski, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
She's now, of course, leaning on that foot, Tim. She's now leaning on that foot. Every time she pops over a wave, she's leaning back on that foot to lift the nose up. So let's see how much time Courtney spends on her stomach, probably related to that foot.
Yeah, so Liz Plumers has just came around. She will get on the board and out she'll go. What can happen? There's been so many twists and turns so far. In the interim, let's get down to Vonnie. She's on the beach.
I'm with Richard, Courtney's dad. How's the heart rate after that first race?
Oh, no, it was up a bit. I had confidence in her going into the swim, although she was a fair way behind. She's a very good swimmer, and anyway, she got there. That's all that matters.
Horrible conditions, but she looks much more in control now.
I don't know about that. Is anyone in control out there? It's pretty, it's going everywhere, but a bit of luck's needed on a day like this. And to whoever wins, they're going to have a bit of luck going for them. So they're all doing really well. To get to the final was fantastic for all of them.
Have you got some celebrations planned?
No, not at this stage. I've got to get through this first without having a heart attack.
Well, don't do that to us. Good luck.
He's a proud dad, if you've ever heard one, if not a little nervous today.
With the team courts hat on the head as well.
Yeah, it's awesome, and some really nice words. Like you said, all these girls that are out there today are doing a fabulous job because it is tough out there. It is so tough.
We'll get a little bit of a wider shot in a second, and these aerial shots, as you look out to see, this is absolutely chaos. There's waves bouncing around everywhere. The wind chops out the back, the wind, the squalls that are coming through. We see the waves here from TV. You don't realise the amount of wind that's pushing their board one way and the other. There's so much going on. These girls are super women.
What a great shot of Maddie Dunn. She's come up on Harriet Brown, so she's pushing for the lead. This young star, Maddie Dunn, gee, she's had a good year, and she's a star of the future, if not already a star.
Yeah, Maddie Dunn came into this fifth in the series. Just to give you a bit of an update of where we're at, Courtney Hancock leading the series on 92 points before today. Then Elizabeth Plumer's on 85. Crystal Smith 75. Rebecca Creedy 54. Maddie Dunn 53. Amy Nerthen in 50, and it's so important to finish in that top 6 because that gets you that automatic qualification for next year.
Bet Creedy's going to be safe, even though she's having a bit of a shocker here now in this race. She's going to be safe. She's a few points up in front. Amy Nerthen also as well, struggling, but her main rival Jordan Mercer's out, so she's going to get through. So they'll be disappointed but happy. But the star for me at the moment, sitting right up there at the front, Harriet Brown. Maddie Dunn won a very similar race last year in Surfers Paradise when the conditions were horrific. Ooh. And she won on that day. Look at that wave on the cans. That was way out behind the back brake.
And a board went spearing in the air. The cans were almost...
Creedy, still on the ski, struggling out there.
Wow, so she's got cleaned up way out the back. Still on the ski.
Way out the back. And we'll see this as the tide drops out more, Trevor. It's going to break. But here comes...
This is going to be our finish,
Harriet Brown, Maddie Dunn, sprint finish, your beauty.
Harriet Brown on the left of screen. There's Maddie Dunn, and Maddie Dunn, of course, has had an extraordinary series so far.
Harriet Brown never won a race. Maddie Dunn has won a race. Is it going to be 2 for 1 or 1 each?
Here it is. They're not hard to... It's not hard to determine who is who because Harriet is quite tall, Maddie diminutive, powerful. As they both come down this wave, the look of determination on their face. There's still a backstory going out, further out with Courtney Hancock. And of course, Liz Plumer's trying to fill up some space. But right down here on the beach, who will win the day in Coolum? A massive day in wild old conditions. Here's Harriet Brown and Maddie Dunn. Maddie Dunn and Harriet Brown. Maddie, look at her go! Harriet's trying to catch her, she won't. Maddie Dunn turns and punches the air, and she will win the day, Maddie Dunn. There comes Harriet Brown in silver. Well done, Dunn and Brown. There's our top 2 today.
Local girl wins.
And here comes Courtney Hancock. Legend of surfing. Talk about feather dusted a rooster. She wasn't even going to be here if she stayed in 13th. And this is the moment for Courtney Hancock. She jumps around. She better get up onto the beach and pass it. Let's have those celebrations a little later on, but she knows she's there. She will finish here in 3rd and win the series, the Nutri-Grain Ironwoman series for Courtney Hancock. She's had the dramas of the foot injury. Her and Liz Plumer's aren't best of buddies, and she has got there.
And how's the crowd? They love it. What a deserved winner. Courtney Hancock, you are a legend.
That's my favourite moment I think I've seen in Ironwoman and men racing. She just jumped into the arms of her dad. That's what it's all about. Growing up,
look at the crowd.
All that sort of stuff. She did that for her family. That's beautiful.
Phew.
That's absolutely gold.
What a great thing for Harriet Brown and Maddie Dunn too, you know, to be involved in this moment as well. They're all down on the Gold Coast.
Mates, look at this
training partners. That's cool.
And great for the sport. Great for the sport because you've got these superstars battling the most remarkable, the most extraordinary, chaotic conditions that you would ever see.
And sport is all about triumphs. It's all about heartbreak and knockbacks and everything else and rising up and showing what you can do. Amy Nerthen comes in. She's going to qualify for next year. Think back now to Liz Plumer. She's been a hero this year, as she is every year. She's done really, really well. And She's still out there struggling with conditions right now, so that's the heartbreak for the day for her. But an absolute champion, and these two have created a series that's well worth remembering for a long time.
Absolutely, and hats off to Liz Plumers to have a year off, come back and be so competitive and really take a challenge to Courtney Hancock. Well, you couldn't have asked for a better series than that. And to see these young girls like Amy Nerthen and that starting to evolve as future champions, it has been a real winning feeling about this series. It's awesome.
And Maddie Dunn finishing off with a win in the last one. This is our rising star come through to win this. You know, Courtney, Liz, the clash all year. We're on for next year already. It's crazy. Geordie's going to have to go back and re-qualify, and she's one of our stars as well. There's so many stories out of today.
Yeah, it's a celebration for many and disappointment for others. There's Liz Plumers. Still a bit of work to do before she makes her way back to the beach. She's won this series twice in the past. Today it's not going to happen, but what a great return to the sport. She spent a year off, she travelled the world, she came back to the sport, she re-found the love of the sport, Elizabeth Plumers, and you cannot be too disappointed when you finish so high. I know she wanted to win today, but still an extraordinary effort.
Yeah, she hasn't lost the series. She's won second place. It's bloody hard to win second place, and she's done it. You know, she's gone all year of all those different venues and all those races, and she's done it. She should be really proud of herself.
Yeah, let's get down to the beach. Maddie Dunn has won today, and she's with Von.
Thank you so much, Maddie. Congratulations. Unbelievable conditions out there. Did your local knowledge come in?
I don't know. It was a bit of everything at the end. I thought cheering for Harriet just to get that wave, just because she's my teammate and all, and she's never taken one out before, so it would have been nice for her to take one out, but it was good having a run up the beach and winning that for once.
Take us through that run, that sprint. There was such a look of determination on your face.
Oh, what can I say? I haven't really been sprint training, but luckily my legs came in and I won, so it was good.
And the girl that you admire most, Courtney Hancock, overall champion. I saw a big hug after the finish. What did that mean for you?
So good. Like, training aside her, just seeing what she does and that, it's so good for her just to take it out, and obviously 3 in a row, which is really good. So, yeah.
All right, well, congratulations. It's been a nice way to finish your summer.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you.
Maddie Dunn, one of the up-and-coming stars, as Elizabeth Plumers has the smile on her face. Not the position on the podium she would have desired, but she'll still be happy when she gets the chance to look back. It's been a pretty powerful series.
Hats off to you, Liz. That was impressive, Reece.
Yeah, absolutely. Deserve it. And like I said, to come back year off, you know, she'll be disappointed. You know, she wants to be #1, but, you know, what a performance. And so humble there, still got that smile on her face. That's cool.
Yeah, it's absolute champion, no doubt. And there's a lot of young lifesavers idolise this lady. She's a great role model. And, you know, you can only have one winner of the series at the end of the day, but they're definitely both winners in the Ironwoman world.
Yeah, there's Crystal Smith. Her brother Nathan will be competing later, the school teacher, of course, 3 years off, back to the sport. And Shannon Eckstein, well, he has to finish the race to win it this afternoon, but there's so many stories in that, because the top 6, as we mentioned, will re-qualify as we see Crystal come around. And we've seen the argy-bargy throughout the course of this series, the Matt Poole Eckstein incident. This day sort of has it, doesn't it? That something's going to happen today. You just know it.
Yeah, definitely. All those boys, there's a lot of pride out on it too. You know, everyone wants to finish well. They want to take it, and with these conditions, they want to perform in front of this crowd too. So, yeah, there's still that feeling of people want to come out here and race, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
I reckon we're going to see all this all over again with the boys. What we just saw, all that stuff going on, it's all going to happen again, and its own unique stories of all these lads. So, a lot still to come.
Yeah, we saw Hannah Minogue go across the line. There's Harriet with a smile for the crowd. And there's plenty of young people here, plenty of supporters along the beach. They've braved pretty difficult conditions. It's so windy.
It's so raw, isn't it? This is Ironwoman and Ironman racing. It's raw, it's real, it's feet on the ground, it stops you in your tracks, it really questions who you are and how you think about things. There's no time for excuses or stories about 3 minutes ago or 10 seconds ago. It puts you back in the moment, and nature does that better than anything else. And these guys and girls are such great exponents of it, and these girls, tremendous job of showing a very, very healthy sport to the Australian public. You know, nippers around the country, watch this and, you know, go join your local nippers, because this is an incredible sport to be involved with, and it teaches you a lot about yourself. And nothing like going out and having a wash in the ocean every afternoon as part of your life.
Well, there's Rebecca Creedy, still hasn't completed yet. Been a difficult day for her. While Maddie Dunn has won, Harriet Brown, of course, in that sprint finish second. Courtney Hancock, her third spot, gets her the series. Then it was young Emma Dick, the youngest of the athletes in the field. Amy Nervin, Elizabeth Plumers, Crystal Smith, Hannah Minogue, and as we saw, Rebecca Creedy still out there.
Maddie Dunn looked pretty emotional, Reece, when she had her interview. Like, that was a real relief for her to come through. I think she has high expectations to have a win at the finish. I think it was really big for her.
Yeah, I think it was. And it was a big step. She, like you said, she's a young girl. She moved from the sunny coast where she was a local girl down at Dickey Beach Surf Club there. She's moved to the Gold Coast, sorry. So that's a big move for a young girl. And to see the reward for that move to come off, I think, you know, the pressure that these athletes put on themselves at such a young age, yeah, it definitely was a relief. And, you know, she's definitely a star of the future.
So much more to come here from Coolum.
I think I'm still trying to get over that first race, oh my goodness, but it's crazy out there. It tested all of us out there, absolutely. You know, the sets were breaking past the ski cans out the back, so my heart was just racing the whole time, but I don't think it's hit me yet that I've got this series. I honestly think I'm still getting over that 10th, just scraping in, so yeah, I'm excited, definitely.
Fantastic. Well, that first race, yeah, all our hearts were in our mouth. You did really well. Your injury, your foot, from looking through the camera, it looked like it was still bothering you a little bit of pain. Was it still there?
Look, coming into it, I wanted to keep fairly quiet about it because, you know, I hate coming into an event saying I have an injury or anything like that. But look, when I was running there, I guess I didn't feel as fit as I did in the other series rounds before this. But look, in saying that, I wanted it in here so much, and I just put everything out the window, and I just really got into it, and just tried to run my own race, just kind of erased everyone else out, and just was, you know, trying to get those 8-foot swells kind of coming at us. So yeah.
Well, in saying that, what's this series mean to you? You've had a ding-dong battle with Liz this season. Yeah. What's it mean to you?
Oh, look at, you know, full credit to Elizabeth out there. You know, it's been a rivalry, you know, for the last couple of years. It's been very tight, and, you know, the conditions today, it could have been anyone's out there. So, look, for me, I think this means the most, absolutely. It's so hard to keep backing up series by series, you know. Shen Eckstein, absolute freak, don't know how he does it, but yeah, this means the world to me. I actually trained harder than I ever before, and been pretty nervous this week, so everyone who's helped me get through this, I appreciate it so much. And all the girls there, how fantastic this. All the girls who dropped out then were on the line, were on the fence then cheering me on. So I just have so much support out there. It's just fantastic, yeah. Makes me want to cry, actually. Like, getting emotional, yeah.
You're the champ. You can do whatever you want.
That's one of the best things that are out there. We saw you come around in that third position there to then take the series. All of you are hugging each other, training with each other. What's that like?
Oh, it's just like, to see Harriet and Maddie out there, like, you know, Maddie's one of my, you know, closest friends, and as well as Harriet, like, we all train together, and just to see them come 1-2, they've been really trying to get a podium finish all series, and then for me to come in third and get the series, just such a fantastic day. And look, you know, it's just wonderful people, I guess, Surf Life Saving. All the kids out there, felt so bad I had to say no to them because I was just about to start and they wanted my signature, but yeah, wow, all the girls are just fantastic. So lucky to have them, yeah.
Well, Courtney, it's a great moment in history. Congratulations again.
Oh, thank you. I honestly didn't know if I'd be standing here today. Look, it's just rising, the Ironwomen. It's so exciting to see everyone, you know, getting better and faster, and I'm going to have to do something, step it up next year, I think, because I think it's just getting harder. But thank you guys for supporting me the whole series, yeah.
Awesome, congratulations.
Well, good on you. Right now, we are going to go to Yvonne. She's on the beach with Liz Plumers.
I am with the series runner-up Liz Plumers. Take me through the rivalry. How hard is it to fight it out for the series in a washing machine?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty disappointed with how to finish off the series, but as you can see, the surf is massive and anything can happen out there, and it wasn't my day.
And you spilled blood on the way to the finish line. Look at this. You got run over by a craft.
Yeah, a few war wounds. It's tricky out there, and there's a little bit of carnage, and just happened to get a ski rudder over the foot. But yeah, that happens, and glad to just get through it, I think.
Is it a relief now the series is over?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed. It wasn't how I wanted to finish it off, but yeah, glad it's over, and still happy to be on the podium at the end.
Well, congratulations. We loved watching every minute.
Yeah, thank you so much.
What a tough battle we had there between the two, Liz and Courtney. Courtney coming out on top. Run us through this one. First, Maddie Dunn.
What an outstanding performance from Maddie Dunn. What a champion. I'm so happy for the young girl. Harriet Brown, I'm so happy for her too. She's such a great chick.
It was so close between those two, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a great race. Another sprint finish, which we expect in these races. There's the champ, Courtney Hancock
the
in third.
series winner.
And here's another great result. Emma Dick in fourth. She's only young as well. Amy Nerthen re-qualifying. That is awesome for her. Crystal Smith in seventh, Hannah Minogue, Rebecca Creedy in ninth. She did it tough today. Devon Halligan, Kirsty Higgins, and Tara Coleman. Here we are, Brodie Moyer in 13th. Disappointing for her season. Jordan Mercer, she had a tough day. I felt really sorry for Jordan today. Alyssa Bull, another local girl that had it tough. And Elise Bennett, that'll be one she'll want to forget about.
Reece, what an amazing finals race we've had here at the Ironwoman. Right now, we're going to waste no time at all and get straight down to the beach with Kurt. He's got the medal ceremony just about to get kicked away.
So the medal presentation ceremony here for round 6, the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Ironwoman Series. What a race it was. In third place today, put your hands together for Courtney Hancock. And our medals presented today by our former Ironwoman champion, Christy Price. Great to have her here at Coolum Beach. Runner-up today, what a race it was for her. Give it up for Harriet Brown.
Sorry, man. Sorry, man.
And our winner today and champion, the second time ever she's won a series race. Make some noise for Maddie Dunn! Once again, Coolum, put your hands together for our Ironwoman.
What an amazing ceremony we see there. 3 great friends, Reece. Yeah, Fantastic.
That's a great day for those girls. And look at those smiles. They light up this rainy, gloomy day. 3 young champions there. That's awesome stuff.
It's great for the sport. I'm happy to be here as well. Let's not go anywhere because we have the Ironman coming up real soon.